your album is called I Love Me, and this book is called Love Starts Here. It just speaks on the energy that you put out, y'all, is like, is so powerful. Your whole brand, your whole movement, what you stand for, how you are carrying yourself, how you are speaking about yourself, how you're speaking about others, what you're responding to, that all plays into like, what are you attracting? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of TTALK, where it is you plus me plus a lovely cup of tea. And today we are back with another episode. If you guys are new here, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Nala Asa Shakur, also known as Tyler A. Norman. I'm the author of the book Love Starts Here. If you haven't read or checked out my book yet, I'll link that down below. This is a book that pretty much takes you down a life-changing journey of how to heal thyself, and it breaks down just energy, forms of energy, the different elements and how we connect with them, and how we can just activate pure love within, so we can change our outer reality. So, like I said, if you want to check out, read that book, I'll link that down below where you can read more about it. I'm also the CEO and the owner of the All Natural, which is your one-stop holistic health shop, where we provide all your needs for a natural lifestyle in an event, content, product, or service. So, if you guys are new to TTALK, if this is your first episode, thank you so much for being here. If you are returning, thank you so much once again. Go ahead and subscribe if you're viewing from YouTube. Follow if you're viewing from the podcast, Instagram, or however you are seeing this. We love all the support, and I genuinely, truly appreciate it as TTALK is growing. And yeah, speaking of TTALK growing, we are getting into some newness. You know, we're changing the scenery. We're having some guests on TTALK. We're just going to spice things up and make it a little bit more interesting, okay? So we have a special guest today here with us. I'm super excited just to have like a open and authentic conversation. So yeah, tell us about yourself today.
Hello, TTALK. My name is Asean. I'm a hip-hop artist based out of Kansas City, Missouri. Alongside being a hip-hop artist, I am a brand curator, event curator. I have a company called SWAN. It is an acronym for Simply We're All Nerds.
You got it on, too.
Oh, yeah. We are on Billboard. Outside of that, my everything you can follow me on is Asean Loves Me. That's ASEAN LOVESME. And I just recently put out an album called I Love Me, and that's, while I've been ripping and running around, interviewed up, talking to everybody. We're here to promote the album, talk about, because you hit me up about doing this, and a lot of what y'all do here is based off what my album is kind of about.
Yeah, so I was going to say that, like, that aligns. Album, I Love Me, book, Love Starts Here. I'm interested in what we're going to get into today. So, yeah, we're going to, if y'all are returning, y'all know the deal, we're going to do a mini meditation where we take... Yeah, of course. We're going to do a mini meditation where we take 3 deep breaths, get into a prayer, then get started. And then pause the video if y'all don't have y'all tea already, because that is a part of the whole process, okay? So today, we are sipping on some hibiscus and ginger tea. Super good for your immune system. We're getting into the fall, cold weather. No, for real. Because it's really going to detox you. Like, I love hibiscus. It's so good for your blood and just, like, purifying the body, so... Yeah, but without further ado, like I said, let's get into a little mini meditation, just get the energy right, and just get set, okay? So, we're just going to close our eyes. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed, drop back. Loose the tension in your jaw. Open yourself up to the miracles of healing. We're going to start off by taking a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it out through the mouth. Another breath in through the nose. Hold it out through the mouth. One more deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Just wiggle it all out. Whew!
ASMR for people listening.
Yeah.
The mics is they can hear you breathe.
Yeah, it's a mini meditation for real. Alright, we're gonna get into a prayer. Thank you, Mother, Father, Creator. Thank you for this space. Thank you for allowing us to be here today. Thank you for allowing us to use our voices, to use our platforms, to use our creativity, and to collaborate, to bring healing to the collective, to bring to our community, and all those who are watching and listening. I set the intention and I pray over this T-Talk, I pray over this conversation and ask that you be present, that you speak through us, that you allow me to be a channel and a vessel for the divine wisdom of the Most High. Allow us to have a conversation that strikes healing in others and strikes inspiration and helps others to understand themselves deeper and understand life deeper. And I just pray that whatever we speak on today, whatever we mention, whatever comes through, just heals all of us, heals the collective, and just allows us to be in the energy of love. Thank you, God. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm very curious to what we're going to talk about today. And honestly, I ain't going to lie, like T-Talks, because I've never planned like what I talk about, because most podcasts, they're going to be like, okay, this is the topic today. You know? I just feel like it keeps it, I'm forced to be myself, you know?
100%.
Like,
can't write down what you want to talk about.
Yeah, I can't fake nothing.
Like
when I'm right here in front of the camera and I have no choice but to just let it flow, it just like I said, it forces me to be very real and very just open and authentic. Okay, so we got storms, celestial alignment. Okay, so one thing that I do want to talk about just off the bat, speaking of storms, is just, and this is something that I tweeted the other day. I tweeted, only the pure-hearted persevere. And I think this is, so we have betrayal, we have storms. So I want to talk about just like when life really starts testing you, when people start testing you, and like shit always gonna come up, especially when you are somebody that is elevating, and especially when you are somebody that is, because people can feel success off you. People can feel like, damn, this person is in alignment with like their joys and their talents and their gifts. They are really being their real selves. They're elevating. They love themselves. And when somebody else is like in that opposite energy, when they don't love themselves, like they gonna always throw shit at you to try to bring you down to where they are. And I think that, and that's where like we can talk about betrayal. So it's like when you're constantly elevating and being who you are, you're being your most authentic self, you're constantly growing, you're achieving things, you're finishing milestones, and you're accomplishing goals and dreams, you're gonna have people who are constantly throwing out little like tests, throwing out little things for you to catch on to, so they can literally pull you back down to where they are. And your response is everything. Your response to all of that is everything. And that's when it comes to like only the pure-hearted persevere. Because when you respond to like bullshit, like what's the energy that you in? When you, because you hear people talk about like match that energy, you know, I'm gonna match that energy, but it's like, what is that really doing, you know?
Yeah, the matching energy thing is strange. I mean, I be responding to bullshit sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, and I may not respond to it being serious, like. If I think you're on some bullshit, like now, I feel like this is the time for me to get a joke out of this.
That's a good way to look at it.
You know?
That's a good way to look at it. And it's like, honestly, I like that. Because responding like in a joking way, or just responding like, hey, I'm not going to give you the energy that you want, but I'm going to make you feel like you look goofy, bro. Like, you know, I think joking about it and throwing a joke out there is like, whatever. I think that's a good way to like, stay in your pure-heartedness.
No, I laugh at people.
You laugh at
people?
people?
For sure. It's not like lighthearted, like.
It's not.
To me, it's not matching energy, but it's like if you was in my face and you was like yelling, I would laugh at you. So we're just gonna treat this the same exact way. I'm gonna laugh at you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm trying to disrespect you. This is just funny.
I think it's different when we talk about like self-defense, or like if somebody just really have you fucked up. Like if somebody's in your face, if somebody's like, it's a difference between like putting people in their place and letting them know like, hey bro, we're not about to do that, like, and making sure your presence and your assertiveness is known, and like letting people know like we're not doing that. And I think there's a time to like step back and just not respond at all, like just not even let nobody's energy even affect you like that.
For sure.
Because it's
I
like,
definitely ignore a lot of it. But when I feel like I could get a laugh out of it, I'm gonna get my laugh.
Okay, so being a Kansas City rapper, you know where we live. You know how the city is.
100%.
So how do you? I guess I want to just like get into like, what you think the best way to respond to like the hate is?
Well, if I'm being honest with you, I know I can't speak for everybody else. I don't get that much hate. If like it's very far and few in between where I get some hate, but I think that comes from the type of artist I am.
That's true.
I don't really put out hateful shit.
Yeah.
Nobody dies in my songs. I'm not selling drugs.
That's a good point. Wow.
So oftentimes I'm not met with the like, people, every time people hear me like, you don't even sound like you're from Kansas City. Like, you're not like a, so I don't know. Like a lot of the hate that people talk about, I don't experience. The hate that I got in the beginning of my career was warranted. I was ass. I deserved every bit of hate that I got in the beginning of my career. But once I got good at what I was doing, negativity don't really like, it happens probably twice a year, like somebody say something crazy, like I'll put like some of my videos underneath like viral tweets, just to try, gain new followers and all that, and I put my video underneath like one tweet. These niggas fried me. They cooked me. The first person quoted was like, damn, my boy, you ass. Damn. Then some girl quoted it and was like, you cute or whatever, but rapping not your thing.
Damn, so, that was coming for your head.
Nah, it was like 15 people. They went crazy. So stuff like that, I'm not gonna reply to it, but I definitely was laughing like.
Cause that's social media. That's like, bro, y'all some behind a fake face. Like, who are you even? Like, cause a lot of that shit they be hiding behind fake ass profiles. Like,
and it's like, bro, if you can't laugh at yourself, like, man, you take yourself a little too serious.
Yeah.
It's okay, bro. And then it's like not everybody gonna like your shit. Like it's people that think Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar are terrible. Yeah. I don't think they're terrible at all. But it's okay for somebody to not like your music. Yeah. Or no, it's this I don't want to misgender this person. But it's a person out there that has a Twitter account. They have no tweets, but like only tweets they have are like hateful shit towards me. Like complete hateful shit to me. I don't know why. No, I've never met this person. I don't know what they did to this person. Wow. But every time I post a video of me rapping, it's just hate. It's hate.
Okay, I kind of want to get back to what you said. Like, I like what you said when you was like, I don't get that much hate because of what I put out, because of the type of rapper that I am. And that's a good point, because it's like, that's the same thing as like matching energy almost. Like whatever energy that you putting out there, if you constantly putting out like, okay, speaking from a rapper's point of view, if you constantly putting out like, hey, if you fuck with me, I'm gonna do this to you, like this is how we do it over here. If you constantly talking about violence and like all the shit that is bringing our community down, like you might get met with that on the other side, because that's the energy that you putting out. And when people play your music and your songs, that's the energy that's present in the song. So it's like, that's what you are awakening in other people and in the crowd, in the collective. So it's like, it makes sense that you would get that response.
100%. Like, I've been putting together events for like 7 years. I've never had a fight, nothing. And we talking about Kansas City. I don't be out in Lawrence. I don't be up north. No, I be in the middle of the city when I throw my events. Nothing happens to nobody. I'm not saying it's because it's me, but it speaks to the energy that you put out, is the energy you receive. So that's why that's part of why I don't make, I mean, for one, it's not me. Like, yeah, I'm from where I'm from, but like, I was the kid that didn't get to partake in the activities. Like, people in the neighborhood, like, expected something from me, so he can't be in the trouble. Yo, it's too late outside, like, we're in the house type shit, so. It's like to be myself, man. And being myself has got me very far and it's kept me safe. So I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna stay that way.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Just speaking on like, because other people watching, y'all not from Kansas City, so y'all don't know how it works over here. But like, having an event in the middle of the city and no fights or nothing has ever broke out, that speaks about the energy that you're bringing, the energy that you're creating in your environment. And it's like, if somebody is in that energy and they try to walk in, it's gonna feel off. They're like, I don't really, something ain't right in here to me, because they're in that energy. You know, and it's kind of like the same thing when it's like, if somebody like us who's in a love energy, like I'm gonna be you gonna be, I'm trying to support, you know, if we walk into a space where it's like they on that bullshit, they on that violence, they on that like, man, fuck everybody, we might not feel comfortable. We might not feel like something is off in here.
Certain spots I just don't go to because of that shit. Like, you're never gonna catch me in order. Never in life. Like, I will never be on. Not gonna catch me in Bridges.
Yeah.
Not catching me in Boulevard Nights. Like, it's just not happening.
Yeah.
I'm not going. I don't even gotta walk in there to feel. I just feel uncomfortable with the flyer. I'm not going. I'm not going.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what I like that. I like that point, and it's kind of like just going to your album is called I Love Me, and this book is called Love Starts Here. It just speaks on the energy that you put out, y'all. Is like, it's so powerful. Your whole brand, your whole movement, what you stand for, how you are carrying yourself, how you are speaking about yourself, how you're speaking about others, what you're responding to, that all plays into like, what are you attracting? What are you creating for yourself? What type of success are you setting yourself up for? Are you setting yourself up to be felt in a real way, to be an influence, to be... And you know what? I just gotta bring up the greatest, motherfucking greatest, Nip, because he's dropping a documentary called Hustle, and I just watched the preview today, and it just inspired me, because it's like, even when you watching that, like, you could just feel like the energy. Like, and he came up in fucking LA. Like, we already know the shit that he went through, like, coming up, but it's like, in his music, he want to talk about elevating people. He want to talk about how do you get out of that shit, not how do you, you know, stay in it, and how do you compete with these niggas out here, and how do you do this and this and this. But he want to talk about, he's trying to inspire people like, hey bro, you can be yourself. Like, you can do you can be successful, make all this money, and leave that shit behind. Like, cause that shit's not, it don't get you nowhere.
I'm one of the people Nip inspired. Like, everything we do with Swan come from me watching Nipsey talk for hours and hours in. Like, that's one of my favorite rappers ever. Like, ever. That's my god. And just like, outside of being like one of my favorite rappers, that's one of my favorite people ever. Like, I used to just I loved watching Nipsey talk. He got thousands of interviews out there. I probably done seen all of them 4 to 5 times, but when it comes to putting together the brand and the merchandise and all of that, and then also like my prices, I don't make cheap clothes. The clothes is the price what they are, but I also learned that from Nipsey as well. Nipsey had to think about him, his fan base is proud to pay. Quality. Putting a free mixtape out, charging people $100 for it, but people were proud to pay for that. So a lot of what Nip did, I kind of took that in, and Nipsey's definitely a big inspiration of mine. But outside of, even with the energy, like, bro, who's gonna fight at the event that is for nerds? This says simply we're all nerds. It's not even inviting for the niggas who nobody's gonna get shot here, bro. Like, who is shooting? The nerds not shooting each other. If you look in the audience, it's the little artistic kids with the rainbow hair. It's the 6-foot men with skirts and all that. Like, we inclusive in here, man. It ain't even no gun in the spot. It ain't even a gun in the spot.
I fuck with that.
It's about the peace, man. Keep the peace.
Wow. And you know what's crazy? I just pulled the card peace. And
Come on,
I was about to speak on that. I was about to speak on, like, how everybody wants to say, like, oh, I just want peace. Like, I want peace. I want somebody to be my peace. But we don't realize we have to create our own peace. We create our environment, which affects our peace level. We create who we surround ourselves with. If you are still fucking with some niggas or fucking with some females that's still back on their old ways, and I'm not trying to talk shit about nobody, but this is just the reality. You become the 5 people that you spend your time with. So if you still fucking with people who are doing shit from the past, who know that's like, this not getting me nowhere, this is not peace, this is not helping me grow or elevate. It's like, we gotta take responsibility. It's like, you fucking up your own peace. Cause you are creating your environment. You speak the words that you speak. The words that you put out there, the statuses that you put on social media, the tweets that you tweet, the photos that you post. You are creating all of that, and the world is just responding to you. So it's like, if you ain't got peace, if everybody fucking hates your ass, you gotta look at self.
100%. My therapist, at the top of 2021, my therapist, we was trying to get to this point of this loving of self, and my therapist brought up like how I speak to myself, and pretty much was like, you know, like when I do stuff that I think is like I'll fuck up, and I'll be like, damn, dumbass nigga, like that was stupid. My therapist was like, yo, if somebody else talks to you how you talk to you, you'll whoop their ass.
Right.
So it's a part of that being the piece is like speaking kinder to yourself. That's why like you'll see every morning I post I love me, but that's just for social media. In the mirror when I wake up, before I get in the shower, I have 3 big ass